So 343 just dropped their end-of-year update for Halo Infinite, and it is honestly way more than I was ever expecting to get. Like, I'm actually floored at how much stuff they put into this update, because usually everything they put out is pretty underwhelming, and so this was actually overwhelming, and they put in so much effort for this, and I really appreciate it, honestly. This update includes numerous bug fixes and desync networking issues and PC issues. It adds the pit from Halo 3, and it doesn't look like the ugly taco pit that we had. They actually changed it, and it actually looks really good now. We also got coatings for cross-core, and it's a little bit of a step in the right direction, but not as much as I would have wanted, but that's okay. Obviously, the big thing they added was Customs Game Browser, and honestly, it's just incredible, because this was supposed to land in March, so getting it like 4 months in advance is honestly just incredible, and I love it. Sorry if I sound sick, by the way. I was sick a couple weeks ago, but my voice still sounds awful from it, so just letting you know. Also, I'm not trying to be strictly a Halo YouTuber, but this just came out, and honestly, it's just incredible. I can't not talk about it. So before we dive into this, if you guys would like to subscribe, that would be very nice. I'm at 800 subscribers now, so I'm getting very close to 1,000 subs, so if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate that, and yeah, let's get into this update. Alright, the first thing I want to get out of the way is that they unlocked the basic colors for all armor cores, and gave all the armor cores to everybody who didn't unlock them in the first place. So as you can see here, even if you go to like your Rakshasa or your Yoroi core or whatever, you have the basic colors for all of them, which is a step in the right direction for cross-core coatings and armor. I was hoping for a little bit more. However, with everything else we got in this update, honestly, this is really cool, and I'm totally fine with it. So, at least you have that. If you didn't unlock the Yoroi back in Season 1, or the Eagle Strike back in Season 2, or any of them, you own all of the cores now. So honestly, great update. That's where we end on the customization side. That's all they really added for customization, but we do still have other stuff to get to. Like, they added the pit. Oh, it's so nice. I love it. I love the pit so much. They renamed it to Empyrean? I have no idea how to say that. However, it looks so much better than the map they had back in September. And the map back in September was kind of eye-straining to look at and honestly very memeable. It was the Taco Bell pit, but they definitely changed it. Like, the aesthetic overall is the same, but they changed it a lot, so it's not so irritating on the eyes, and it plays very well, and it looks really good, and I just really like the way this pit looks and plays. And even though it's upscaled, and I'm not a big fan of upscaled maps, this is really fun to play on. The spawns are different from the original game. The map is bigger. You can jump off the edge now and throw people over the edge now. So honestly, even though it is the pit, it plays very differently. And I really like how different it plays, because honestly it just makes it so much more unique and so much more fun. And I honestly can't wait till 343 takes some of the community creations and throws them into matchmaking, because there are some incredible community creations and they need to be in there ASAP. Sorry this video's all over the place, but going back to customization, something I forgot about is that the two stances from campaign that have been locked since launch, the Active Genesis and the Requiem Revengeance, sorry, I kind of butchered that, they've finally been unlockable. So what you have to do to get these is you have to 100% the campaign, and once you do that, you can actually unlock these stances, finally, after they've been here for a year. But now, I am officially done with the customization, so let's move on to some of the bug fixes they have for the game, and then we'll finally get onto the customs browser at the end of the video. Now, I'm not going to go over all the bug fixes and all the quality of life updates for the game, because honestly, that would take forever, so I am going to put a link in the description where you can go read up on all the patch notes for this update, if you are really that curious. But to throw a few out, there have been mouse and keyboard improvements for the game on PC, like better aiming and the red reticles finally coming to PC, so you know, you actually have a chance on keyboard and mouse. Networking and desync has seen improvements. While it's not totally fixed, it is much improved, because that was a major issue this game has had pretty much since launch, so it's finally being addressed, and honestly, I really like that. You can actually do in-game player reporting now, which, like, finally, because you used to have to go out of the game to report them out of game, and then it would just become way too inconvenient for people, so they would never do it. So seeing this in the game, you can do it off the scoreboard, and it's really nice. And then they had some sandbox updates, nothing really huge over there. They mentioned the energy sword in their notes, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't noticed a lot of that. The commando is still really overpowered, but we'll see how they tune things up after that. And something I still can't get over is this was marketed as like a bug fix update, and they still gave us all of this content. So I'm really happy that we got so much out of this update. And speaking of my happiness, let's move on to the customs browser, which left me very happy. Custom game browser just came out with this update, and it is just like so much fun to play on when it works, however. So since this was originally slated to come out with Season 3 in March, this is like a version 1 that's coming out for this end of year update, which they very much specified this is version 1 because it is kind of broken right now. So while it is very fun to play when you get into a game, getting into a game is kind of a challenge. Like, there were moments where I spent almost 20 minutes trying to get into various games and also having to restart the game over and over and over just to get it to work. So while it is broken, it is a lot of fun when you can get it to work, and I really enjoyed it. I got to play on maps like Peach's Castle for Mario 64. I got to play in the Krusty Krab. I tried to do a Mario Kart one, but it would never work for me. I also tried to do a Waffle House map, which was kind of like a clan recruitment / social map, but also I couldn't get into there either. You had some basic maps like Nuketown. I tried to get into Jenga, but that wouldn't work either. So like, there's just a lot of things, and you can play all these maps, which like I showed you in my last video on Forge like creations and stuff. They're actually all playable with anyone you want now. So if you were running into issues where like you only had bots to play with, now Customs Game Browser allows you to play with all these people. So it's very nice and very convenient. Also, it's like very easy to start your own custom game with a lot of people. So what you have to do is like you go into custom games and you just set it open to everybody, and then you make your own server, and then people browsing can come play the game with you. If you can't find a game that you don't want to be playing or anything like that, you can just set up your own, and chances are you'll get a lot of people on it, especially right now considering it just came out. So yeah, it's just very nice and convenient. And excluding all the minor things, that's really all this update has. And I say that's all, when in reality there's just so much. It's just incredible, and I'm going to be enjoying myself on this game over the season. This is the end of year update, so don't be expecting anything till the new year comes out, except for a couple events. Actually just one event in December, the second one's in January. As far as like updates and stuff, like this is it for the end of the year, and honestly, sending us out with Customs Browser, I'm sure it'll keep us all entertained through the holidays. So this was a really good addition. I really have to thank 343 for actually adding it, because honestly, the hopium is so high, and 343 has a bad track record of delivering. So they actually delivered more than we asked for, and I love it. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and go check out Halo Infinite. It's a free-to-play game. You unlocked a ton of cosmetics with this update, and Customs Browser is really fun, so I would encourage all of you to go play it right now. It's fun. I think the players are back up, so yeah, enjoy your Halo for the winter season, and I'll see you guys in my next video.